My name is Issa. I'm presently a visiting lecturer at University of Lagos, UNILAG, and also a researcher at BTU, Germany. I'm also a fellow of the Future Head Course in Germany and affiliated with SAO Global as the head of research, innovation, and development. Now, my colleague it's Ruth from Nigeria, and also she is this principal officer at the FDF in Nigeria. Now, talking about SNAP certification. Now, certification, like we know, for example, an example of certification is the MSc or Friend of the Sea. Now, all these are evolved due to inadequacies of the conventional management system of seafood resources. You know, seafood entails both wild capture and aquaculture and farm culture of marine food resources. Now, in order to have certification intact, there's need to understand the management system of the process, the fish stock, the seafood stock under consideration, and the impact of the activity, be it wild capture or farm fisheries on the ecosystem. Now, all these require data, and it requires continuous management and maintenance of data. Now, if those data are collected, it is expected that there will be adequate surveillance and monitoring, and the stocks will be sustainably produced, and the environment will be managed. Now, sustainable certification is not in unison. It comprises of all stakeholders. For example, you can see this diagram below. It involves like FAO, WTO, even governmental organizations are there, and there are international references such as ISO, ISIL, the OIE. Then you realize that there is a benchmarking system to see based on indicators to understand if the seafood is produced adequately. However, with this, we realize certification cannot do it alone, although the conventional system has been problematic. So there is need to integrate a system, which is the Earth observation, that will bring about innovation and alternative ways to solve the problem, because the human eye can only see little. The space can see everything. Now, yeah, looking at some of our projects that we've done in the past, to the left, you can see we worked on monitoring the shrimp fisheries, looking at the friend of the sea, the impact of the friend of the sea on the Atlantic resources of Nigeria. We realize there are issues such as pirate attack, reduction in fishing vessels, and IUU. So because of this, and we also understand that there are external factors that is affecting the fisheries resources, including inadequate data. So with this, some certification has been able to let us understand what is happening. However, there is still problems, and all these problems we think can be solved using other integrated methods like the Earth observation. Now, the second project was the one that was done in Canada in Nova Scotia, supported by OFI and other agencies. We looked at, you can see presently in Canada, especially in Nova Scotia, the lobster fishery is a big issue now in Canada. And in 2019, we were able to look at how the indigenous people, the Mi'kmaq people, their livelihood can be enhanced through this certification. And we realized there is possibility to have adequate monitoring and fishing access, and there's possibility that Earth observation with certification to holistically help to promote and to solve all these problems. Now, the next slide talks about the research, one of the research we're working on presently. We realize seafood resources has a lot of potentials as well. And the waste, everything about seafood is gold, both the edible part and the non-edible part. We work presently in University of Lagos, Nigeria. We're working on all the some different shellfishes, the exoskeleton, to see how we can explore the circular economy part, and how we can use all the shellfish waste and exoskeleton to produce valuable products such as animal feed, um, fertilizer, bioplastic, and various products in a way to reduce climate change and in a way to reduce various environmental impact affecting human beings. Now, another project we also worked on is the mariculture. Now, we've done mariculture in various aspects. This is the part in Badagry, the coastal part in Lagos. We have been able to successfully do so many producing fish products from mariculture. However, we realize there are still issues of monitoring and control. And we think adopting Industry 4.2 revolution with Earth observation can help us adequately have a sustainable seafood product. And how do we have this? Will include generating data such as environmental data, operational data, and some data that will be relevant for production. Then, in addition, all this data can incorporate aspects of machine learning, AI, and artificial, and Earth observation and geospatial data to have so that we can monitor, for example, the fish growth. We can forecast and monitor the parasitic infection of these fishes, and we can also have scenarios on harvesting, and even we can promote post-harvesting activities from this. So these are possible things that Earth observation can promote, can synergize with the blue growth and the blue economy. Now, in conclusion, yeah, under the SDG, we are in the decade of action. And decade of action entails that everybody is included. And you can see, starting from 2021, everybody globally, and I'm glad the Atlantic region is having this forum to discuss on collaborations. Now, the decade of action of the SDG entails that everybody should be included, including the community people, including all stakeholders, the fish farmers, the environmental agencies, the citizens, the public authority. They should be included. And also, the decade of action require urgency and realistic ambitions with innovations and bringing new things together to solve all these problems. And all this will not only be done successfully without using applications such as fish farm optimization, fish stock numerical modeling, forecasting of algae bloom or natural resources, and even mapping of the fishing zones. So you realize that with this, we can adequately, to some extent, and to a measurable extent, solve some of the problems affecting the Atlantic region with incorporating various innovations and various alternative solutions. So on this note, I would like to appreciate everyone for listening and looking forward to various opportunities to collaborate on solving problems and promoting the blue economy and the blue growth of seafood resources around the Atlantic region. Thank you.